can't go that far. Well, nothing compares to you.
Obviously.
Yeah, obviously. But I think what's more important is that we start Spectacular, which...
That was a dead assy question.
Which is a podcast. We are a podcast that talks about movies and shit. Mostly shit. And welcome back, everybody. I am one of your hosts, Brandon Aquino, but I'm joined by my best friend who has sunglasses on the bill of his hat at nighttime.
I forget they're up there.
Yeah. But
Is that
Mike
the bill?
Vera. What? Yeah, that's the bill. Yeah.
This is the bill.
I'm just a bill. Only on camera. Yeah, that is the bill, and the top is...
Is it touching my headphones?
No, it's not.
No, it's not. Okay.
No. Which almost kind of seems like Guy Fieri even, but he wears this on the back of his head, I think. Like he does that like dangle down thingy.
Yeah. I don't know how you don't lose them.
Yeah, or like you sit, you tilt your head and they fly off or something.
Well, they fly off on this too, and I'm very animated with my face.
Yeah.
I
don't think it's true.
They do.
Maybe are you animated with your neck? Maybe your face is like you could do whatever with your face. Do you mean like you move a lot?
Yeah. That's what animated means.
I don't know. Let me ask my friend Wacko and Dot. Ooh, what are the names? Wacko and Dot. Fuck. Fingerprints. So, how are you, Mike?
Doing all right. I wanted to get a lot done this weekend.
Mm-hmm. You probably didn't do anything.
And I got none of it done.
Yeah.
So here I am. Although I might need your help, but I guess this is a off-air conversation to have.
I'm not going to look at your asshole again.
First time it was the gooch, not the
it
asshole.
was a taint.
There's a fucking difference.
And you covered it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a mole. It was a Cheeto.
Yeah.
But, okay, that's fine. And, well, I'm doing well. And, Mike, what's the movie that we're going to talk about
It's
today?
interesting. You said you're doing well, but I don't remember asking you if you were.
That's very valid.
So how you doing, bro?
I'm doing well.
Fuck yeah, bruh.
Dude, bruh.
Man.
What's the movie we're doing today, Mike? And tell us about it.
We are doing Interstellar.
I'm glad you said Interstellar instead of Interstellar. Because I've heard people say it like that. I'm like, but there's a T. Just like sometimes...
Wait, what did I say?
You said Interstellar, which is right. But I've heard Interstellar.
Interstellar.
Which I kind of get because sometimes I say accelerate instead of accelerate. And it's because I'm an idiot. But...
Sometimes I say strawberry.
Library. Anyway, so Interstellar. Tell us about it. Who's in it?
Well, Interstellar is from the year... Actually, I'm very excited. But we'll get into that in a bit. But from the year 2024.
No, it is not.
Huh?
The movies, I thought it came out in 2014.
2014.
Yeah, you shook your head, motherfucker. Like, it came out next year.
It came out next year.
Yeah.
Which would make sense. If any movie that would come out next year, this would make sense.
Yeah.
But when Earth becomes uninhabitable in the future, a farmer and ex-NASA pilot, Joseph Jojo Cooper, is tasked to pilot a spacecraft along with a team of researchers to find a new planet for humans.
Joey Jojo Calamity? What was his name? What
Jojo Jr. Shabadoo.
Shabadoo.
Directed by one Christopher Nolan, written by him and his brother Jonathan Nolan, starring Matthew McConaughey as Cooper and Hathaway as Brand.
They never called her first name? It was always Brand?
You know, I think it's Amelia.
Okay.
Like Amelia Earhart.
Yeah.
Jessica Chastain as Murph, also Mackenzie Foy as young Murph, and Alan Burstyn as not young Murph. Michael Caine as Professor Brand, the father to Dr. Brand.
I filed you.
David Gayassi as Romilly. Casey Affleck as Tom. Timothy Chalamet as younger Tom. Wes Bentley as Doyle. Topher Grace as Getty. Should I say this one?
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah, Matt Damon as Man.
It's not, I mean, that's fine.
Yeah. And then John Lithgow as Donald.
Okay.
Donald.
Well, I understand why you're asking about Damon because that was kind of a surprise for many people. They didn't know. I mean, that was a pretty prominent role to the movie, but we'll get to that. So, do you like this movie?
I like it a lot.
I do too.
I fucking love it.
This is really
actually.
good. I think I like Christopher Nolan original movies compared to, well, he only did 3 Batmans, but still, let's say only. But like Inception, Interstellar, Memento, Tenet, like these movies that he's done that are not like
Adapted?
Not well, yeah, but like they're not like a franchise already, right? They're not
Okay,
like a trademark. When it's just like kind of him and his brother's ideas and stuff. I like it a lot. Although I don't know if Memento was it written by him?
Written by Jonathan and him, I believe.
Okay.
Based on a short story that I think got published first by Jonathan. So technically, it's still their story, or whatever.
Yeah. They adapted it. Story by screenplay by it, but story by the other person or whatever. Yeah. However you want to fucking, I don't care.
It's still his brother or whatever. So
Yeah. I mean, then his brother did what? Westfield or
Westworld
as well, with him and I think that was his wife. I think
his what? Yeah,
the brother's wife.
Oh,
not Nolan's.
Okay,
not Christopher's.
Because I think Chris's wife produces all his movies too.
I mean,
what is her name?
I don't know.
Emma, I believe, something like that.
That sounds fair to me.
Yeah.
So I greatly like this movie too.
Yeah.
But one of the first questions that I have for myself is
okay. Well, hold on.
Sure.
Did you see it in the movie theaters?
I did.
Yeah.
I saw it when it came out. I didn't see it in IMAX or anything like that. I don't know if did it show in IMAX.
Is that a serious question?
Okay, because Christopher Nolan. So did he shoot it in IMAX too?
Yes, he did.
Oh, motherfucker. Of course
Emma Thomas. That's his. Yeah. I believe it's his wife.
Okay. No, I did not see it in IMAX though, but I did see it in theaters in 2014.
Mm-hmm.
Did you? I know I didn't see it with you.
No, you did not.
No.
I believe my.
We saw Ad Astra together.
Why?
I don't know. I think it was your idea. I didn't. It's funny because when you watch this movie, it comes up as selection.
Yeah.
And I was like, that movie fucking sucks compared to this.
I think it sucks too.
I did not like
it had
Astra.
it looked cool in certain parts. Mm-hmm. That fucking
the moon chase,
the moon chase kind of whatever. But the fucking mega tower and the explosion and the falling off.
But then the questions I had to remember the moment we got out of the movie, I was like, why did she even help him? Like, why did she risk her whole fucking career? Like, hey, I'm gonna let you go.
Yeah,
and
that movie was weird.
Yeah, not good.
It's like Apocalypse Now in space.
I gotta get my dad. And then the dad, like Tommy Lee Jones, just like, get the fuck off my ship. And he just seems like a very not happy, grumpy old man. Anything you watch of him. But anyway.
And what's in that? What's in space? The baboon that he has to fight?
Something. Yeah, there's like one or two of them. Yeah, in the shuttle. And he's trying to stop those people. Like, hey, I'm trying to do the same thing. And he kills two of those people or something like that too. Like, fucking weak movie. Although the woman that was helping him,
this is a mutiny. No, I'm mutinying you, or something like that. Or something like that. I don't know what's going on.
But the woman that was on the space station that helped him,
that kind of happens in this movie too.
I fucking love that girl too, because she was in Preacher, the show, and Preacher, the show was real fucking good. Graphic as hell though, but real. I mean, not in a bad way. Graphic as hell. That was like Seth and Evan Goldberg.
Doesn't that guy have a guy with a butt face or something like that?
Yeah.
I'm just.
I understand. The comic.
You
get turned off real quick, which is weird because you also get turned off real quick or real fast too. You get on and off, like straight to jail. Too quick, straight to jail. Too slow, straight to jail too. Weirdly enough, yeah. But no, I like this movie. So you saw it in theaters, IMAX.
Yes, it's funny. It's seared into my memory because I believe my cousin Todd, rest in peace. I think he went to watch with us too. And two, my dad's eyesight was failing at the time.
Mm-hmm. Cataracts.
But he had corrective surgery after
glaucoma.
That. But I remember him walking in and if I can tell the story, whatever, it doesn't matter. He grabs my hand real quick because he literally walked in and it was dark in the theater and he couldn't see shit. He's like, "Ah, fuck!" But he figured it's in a huge ass IMAX. I should be able to see some of it. But he's like, it was still kind of blurry. So, the exciting part is it came out in 2024.
Yeah, stop.
2014.
Yeah.
So the 10-year anniversary is next year. Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping that they're going to do a 10-year re-release on IMAX because I want to watch it again.
Did you haven't seen the Doctor Stranges, huh? Or maybe the first one?
The first one, yes.
Did you see that in IMAX?
No.
I heard that was mind-boggling.
That sounds like it would be.
When the what is her name?
Scarlet?
No.
Scarlet?
Yeah, yes.
I meant see what I did there, folks? Jokes.
Yeah. Tilda Swinton. When she first and put him in the dimension and shit. I'm sure that if I was high at that time, I'd be like, oh.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Anyway. So Interstellar though. Great movie.
Yeah. So it was pretty awesome to see in IMAX.
I'm sure it was.
Yeah.
So I fast forwarded one particular part in this movie.
Wow.
But what part do you think I did it?
Fast forwarded a part.
Mm-hmm. Just a little bit, like a minute.
Ooh, okay. Because you're a bitch and you get nauseous of things?
No.
Damn it. Because I was thinking maybe when they go through the wormhole.
No. Yeah. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't know why you would fast forward.
To be fair to what you're saying, I can, but it's typically the spinny. But
that's the best part of the movie. You didn't do the docking, right?
No. Not that
okay.
With Damon?
Yeah.
No.
Is it the Casey Affleck fighting?
No, I'll
scene?
tell you now.
Okay, go ahead, tell me.
And even then, that's a bummer because Casey delusional. He's like, hey, we got to get the Mad Hair. He's like, nah. And Topher, I was gonna say God rest his soul. He's not dead. But I do like that.
He's dead to some people,
Yeah.
but not
well,
to,
for
yeah.
Venom,
Yeah.
when he portrayed Venom, he pretty much died to me.
No, I was thinking more of the Scientology stuff.
Oh, okay, that too. Yeah. Was he a Scientologist?
No, he's like the good guy in that story.
Yeah. Oh,
Everyone
with
else is a
Masterson and stuff.
fucking
Oh,
piece of
absolutely.
shit.
Well, it's not only that everybody's a piece of shit, but that they send those letters,
Yeah.
like the mom, the dad, Ashton.
Did you see the meme of the half-baked meme? Where it's the guy at the restaurant going, fuck you, you're cool. It's a picture of Topher, and then fuck you, I'm out of here.
That's
That's
good.
pretty
So yeah, fuck all of them.
Yeah.
But Pompeo didn't do it. But then I've heard her years ago. She was kind of shitty, trying to help Masterson in another way, trying to persuade like one of the women that was raped to like. I don't want to get deep into it, but Topher, from what I've read, he stayed clear. Like once they would finish shooting, he'd leave. He didn't get involved in any of that shit. Maybe a little bit when they first started. Then he was like, "Oh yeah, this ain't good." And then he.
Well, then what are you gonna go to like fucking
your
Chuck E. Cheese with fucking Valderrama? Like fuck all that.
Banging. Well, you get Demi Lovato, who was like 17.
Yeah.
And
I think it's worse. I think it's like 15 or something like that.
And Mandy Moore when she was super young. Yeah. Well, like Demi, he was what, like 30?
Yeah, it's not.
That's rough. So anyway, Topher, he's just there hanging out, right? Because Murph is trying to just going back to the house to figure something out, and then he, hey, how long have you had that cough? Immediately,
it's worse than that.
Oh, it was. It was.
Oh wait, when Topher hears him?
Yeah.
Oh, because she has him there because...
Yeah, I understand. But she's like, hey, I know... I remember they planted that.
Yeah,
I know a guy. And then Casey comes back. She's like... Because apparently already Casey's like, nah, man, we ain't fucking doing it. But here's the hell. I know we're so far ahead. But how she's like so happy. She's like, Dad's talking to us. I have the watch. And I'd have been like, bitch, what the fuck are you smoking in my house?
Yeah.
Like, why would that make sense? Dad's doing fucking binary and using... Like, I would have been like, no, you're fucking crazy. Get away from my wife and kid. Even though, again, he's already crazy as is. Like, delusional. Is that like Dust Bowl cough? Like, what are you thinking that is? Because I know those were...
It's called dust lung. That's what they got.
The old dusty lung.
Yeah.
I got the dusty lung, pup. Anyway, let's go back to the beginning of this movie.
Wait, so what's the part that you fast forward?
Oh, okay. So when... what's the scientist that stayed up? Was that Tom? Romilly. When he got blown up.
Oh, okay.
That bums me out.
Because you're sad? Mm-hmm. He has... Yeah, there's some rough existences in this movie.
Yeah, which we'll get to. Because there's many times where I wrote bitch in my notes. And... So, okay, but it was that, like, because I knew it was coming, of course. I've seen the movie, but, like...
Oh, yeah, let me get back to it. So, in general, yeah, I love this movie. Probably too much. One of those things where, like, you like it so much, it's hard to, like, get, like, a clear, objective perspective on something, because it's... Because you like it so much. Because I know a lot of people have, like, a lot of...
hatred?
Yeah, not hatred, but, like snooty attitude towards it.
Yeah.
I guess that's just like a thing with Nolan. Like some people just think he's overrated, which I guess I understand too. But I just love the movies. Like most of his movies, I love most of his movies. So I guess I'm not snooty enough. So go fuck yourself.
What's your least favorite? Let's just not include Batman's. What's your least favorite Christopher Nolan?
That's a good question. Least favorite?
When you know what it is, tell me. I have mine in my head already, and then we'll count down and we'll say it at the same time.
Probably Tenet.
I was gonna say Tenet. I said when you have it in your head, don't say it.
I'm not been listening very well today. Sorry.
Well, it was mine. Tenet was gonna be mine too. Because I'll tell you my reasons why Tenet was my reasons. I like the story, but it was very convoluted.
Yeah.
And then also it was so loud. Oppenheimer was very loud too, but again, I was right next to that fucking speaker. But Tenet just seemed loud when it didn't need to be. And then when there were certain points of dialogue, I was like, the fuck is he saying?
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on in that movie.
Yeah.
Even when I try to know what's going on in that fucking movie.
But I do absolutely love that Aaron Taylor Johnson's in it. And
who is he?
He was the guy that helped them. He was the one that went with he was gonna take the weapon at the end, and then he broke it apart in the pieces and was like so he left with Robin Pattinson.
I like how the movie continues the tradition of somebody else doing all the hard work, even though they're not the star of the movie.
Yeah.
So like fucking Robert Pattinson fucking kills it. Just like actually Inception has two because
not only does
Jessica Gordon-Levitt and
Tom Hardy.
They
do everything. Leo's just like, my fucking wife is dead. Don't touch my totem. Yeah. And then Elliot's over there like, what?
And then in this movie, Tars does everything.
Yeah,
So
I fucking love the character of Tars and Case too. Or is it Casey they called him or Case?
Case,
yes. Like let's turn that humor down to 60%. Like that, those interactions were so good. But my first question that I have here is:
Here, sure.
does Matthew McConaughey ever change his fucking accent that he has? Like he has, "Hey everybody,
He's from Texas. What do you want him to do?
understand that.
You're allowed to be from Texas in
I
movies.
understand that. That is okay. I'm just saying every movie he's had that accent. I'm just curious because How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days took place in New York, and he had his Texas accent over there too. And then when he was it Wedding Planner? No, was it or the?
Oh yeah, the J-Lo one.
Yeah, the JLo one.
Or is it
Made in Manhattan.
Made in Manhattan?
Okay, accent there.
Okay.
And again, you're absolutely right. You can have your accent. I'm just curious.
He was supposed to play the naked cowboy guy in Times Square, but they just made him a regular dude in that movie.
Hey, all right, let's do it. We get up here. Because what his first movie, Dazed and Confused?
His first movie?
I think so, right?
Probably, yeah.
And Ben Affleck too.
Yeah.
So that was curious to me. If he's ever, I don't think I can think of anything that could change his accent.
Change his accent. Probably just different parts of the South. Like in Mud, I don't remember where Mud is at, or that Civil War one he did.
I gave a face of
House of something, or I can't remember.
House of Pain.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. Timothy Chalamet looks very dumb with short hair. I think I'm just so accustomed. I know he's like 14 in this movie, but like I'm so accustomed to seeing with that long wavy hair and that perfect chiseled fucking chin that he has that I just want to punch so hard.
Yeah.
And not in a mean way.
Yeah.
It just looks like he has a glass chin. Like I just shatter that shit.
You want to go like across it, shatter, or uppercut?
Oh, straight uppercut.
Shatter it.
Yeah. I want to shatter at the each jaw where the jaw connects and the right at the base.
You want it to look like those like ballistic heads that they use, and they do slow-mo bullets, and it like shatters the bones.
But it'll be a shotgun from the below because that's how strong my fist is going to be. It's a fist of fury, truly.
Yeah.
The daughter Murph does actually look like a young Anne Hathaway. I thought.
Mackenzie.
Yeah, I thought. So if you look back and look, she has like the far eye.
Here's the problem with that. She doesn't play a young Anne Hathaway. She plays a young Jessica Chastain.
I understand that, but I'm just saying she looks like Anne Hathaway. She looks like Anne Hathaway.
Okay,
is what I'm saying. And Jessica Chastain, I don't think there's been many movies I've seen of her where I was like, she's so fucking good.
She's very good.
She's so good. Even the one where she's like the action star and it has Colin Farrell in it too. Great in that as well. She just fucking her game, whatever
Molly's Game.
So good.
Yeah,
Topher's in that for a little bit too, but she just always fucking brings it. You know who doesn't? Bryce Dallas Howard. I just can't. Like Jurassic Park. Let me just say, not Jurassic Park. I'm sorry, not Jurassic Park. Jurassic World.
Yeah.
When she's running in the high heels, alleged. I was like, this is stupid. Not that you can't run in high heels, but she was full on sprinting.
Yeah.
Now, if that was, I know she wasn't doing that, but if she could, I mean, that would be truly amazing. I would kiss her feet.
She's good in, actually, Jessica's also good in it, but she's good in The Help as the evil, bitch, she's super bitch.
Yeah. Even in, wasn't she in Hidden Figures too? Who was in Hidden Figures?
Bryce?
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
Someone is in Hidden Figures that was just shitty to the women too. Maybe I'm just mistaking. Maybe I'm thinking like all the guys that were just shitty to
Maybe you're just like reverse racist. I just can't remember the
my microaggressions.
Yeah,
that's what it is. What other notes do you have? Because I have many notes.
I have a lot of notes too. Well, let's just go like a little synopsis of the movie, right?
Okay, what you got?
So there's a blight, which means that shit's just not growing and it sucks.
They use footage from the actual people that survived the Dust Bowl, correct?
Yeah, from Ken Burns' The Dust Bowl.
It's 18-part documentary.
Yeah.
Each episode was 5 hours.
It's a scant 39-hour watch.
Yeah. You could watch it in a day. 39 hours, you could watch it in a day. Just nail it.
If you're on Miller's Planet, you could watch it in a day.
Yeah. No, you land and then everybody already watched it 16 times. On the ship, you could be there for 1 minute and you come back up and everybody already finished it. That was such a fucking bummer. That whole fucking thing. Okay, anyway, so there's a Blythe.
A blight.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
What did you hear?
A Blythe.
I said that.
There's a Blythe Dallas Howard.
Yeah, Blythe.
But apparently there's some beings that placed a wormhole out near Saturn. I don't know why Saturn needs.
He's quoting all these words, everybody.
And they're going in a spaceship.
Is that what started the blight? I get it. Okay.
I think us being shitty on Earth is what.
Well, that's weird. Yeah, we're slowly but surely doing that.
But so the world's kind of like in a tough spot. They're just trying to survive.
Growing.
Nothing's growing
besides corn.
Yeah. I guess it's kind of like everyone's kind of working together because you can kind of have like Children of Men, where like everyone's like England's like fuck everybody, fuck all these people trying to come here. But at least Interstellar seems peaceful.
Yeah, because they said there's no more
like, "Oh, there's
armies.
no armies."
Yeah, there's no armies and stuff like that.
Imagine there's something. Damn, that could have been our last song.
We the people. What was that song? What they all sang? Like "We the People" or something like that. We're coming to get. What Michael Jackson sang, and it was like for peace.
We are the world. I shouldn't have told you, and I should have just sang it at the end.
That's all right. You can still do it.
We are spectacular.
So there's a blight.
Yeah.
Nothing's growing.
Yeah.
They're burning crops because the dust. They get these occasional dust storms that are just heavy, and just dust covering everything. That would truly bum me out.
Which is weird that it actually happened like that. Like they're just fucking.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. For that to be a real life. You know what really made me angry though was when McConaughey was having the parent teacher conference, and she's like, the propaganda of landing on the moon.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know how many we've talked about it, but like the flat earthers and these people that just deny things let's be fair, we don't know if he landed on the moon, but I'm just kidding. Did 9/11 happen? It was an inside job.
Yeah.
But it's still like that one scene, even though he's like, you don't believe I landed on the moon. That's not a good Matthew McConaughey. But
I believe I landed on the moon. I think we're gonna go back. That
you're only supposed to blow the bloody doors out. No, but like that teacher said, it was such a straight face too.
Yeah.
And then thinking, okay, McConaughey. Let's just say McConaughey is respectfully 40 in this movie. 40.
I think he's supposed to be 35.
Okay, he's 35. The teacher, 25.
Okay.
26. So she would have potentially been taught. You know, the lunar landing.
Yeah, she's not fucking 20 years younger than him.
Yeah. So for her to be like, oh yeah, it's just propaganda made by Russia. You know, try to take all the fuel. And I was
he was a pilot for NASA.
for
That was
NASA,
10 years ago. So she was 15. So she's aware that NASA exists.
Yeah. She's and really quick.
I love how like over it David Oyelowo is. He's like, oh, God. He's probably had like run-in after run-in with Coop, like just being a smart-ass with it.
Not a smart-ass because he's clearly the smartest man in the room. Like clearly, he's a fucking NASA pilot, an engineer.
But he seems like kind of like a bureaucrat or the principal, whatever. Well, they're bureaucrats, whatever.
Yeah.
That just has to like toe like the party line of this, but he knows he's smart enough to. At least that's how he comes off. He's like, Goof, we've been over this. I know you're right. You know I'm right, but we just go through the motions.
Yeah.
Buddy.
He's like, hey, you got it. All right. Hey, fuck you, my son being a farmer. Like, they don't even give the kid a chance, and then you find out that he like crushed it in school, right? Except for one class, he got like a C or whatever. But he still had to become a farmer. Now I get it. They don't need scientists anymore because what the fuck, unless you're in secret. But which we'll get into that now too. So randomly, you know, McConaughey stumbles upon a drone, takes a drone out with like a drone killer. And so, because those exist, and so he wanted like the battery and stuff for it. Because he's so smart, you know, he's an engineer. But randomly, there's another dust bowl, and in doing so, Merv...
That's just a dust storm. Not
Whatever.
everyone is a bowl.
It's a bowl. She forgets to close her window. Thankfully, that happened, though, because then there's the ghost, right? That it's...
There's some type of gravitational or magnetic anomaly going on, centered entirely in Murph's room.
Right. Which
is affecting that drone, which is affecting all the crop
getters.
Yeah.
Crop getters. I don't know. Crop trucks. Cornfield Maze, really quick. That song's so fucking good. But I hate that I've seen so many like YouTube shorts and stuff like that where, you know, the dude's playing the piano randomly in public and like, oh look, mysteriously a pianist or not, somebody comes out. Yeah, somebody comes out. I know it's all staged, but I still like to see it because that song is so many songs in this movie, so fucking good. But that one by itself is great. So I want to say also, because we skipped ahead a little bit, Merv's a thief. Not Merv, I'm sorry. Cooper's a thief because he's taking down that drone. Which I guess they don't need those drones anymore because there's no more war.
I think it's Murph.
No, because it was Cooper that took it. Cooper's
no,
she helped him.
You said Merv.
Oh, you're probably right. Yeah. Landing on the moon is propaganda, which made me angry. Imagine being so smart to figure out your own code, like, you know, because it's McConaughey. Spoiler alert: McConaughey through the bookshelf in the fifth dimension. You know, doing
this is the dawning of the age of Aquarius.
So I was gonna say fifth dimension, but I get it.
They do that. I know.
But like, she's like, "Oh, Dad, it's it's Morse code.
Yeah.
He's like, no, it's binary. I cannot.
Yeah,
okay,
what
I'll
is
practice
happening,
it.
man?
I'll practice it. And then imagine.
I mean, why
knowing,
don't you start where everyone starts with the all rights?
I could do. Everybody could do the all right.
No, you're doing like all right. Like fucking take it easy, bro.
Just wait till you. I have my impression.
All right.
I have
It's
my
easy.
impression of Ron coming up, which is fucking great.
Of who?
The guy that gets blown up with the
Romley.
Romley? I thought they called him Ron. Maybe they call him Rom.
They call him Rom.
Okay, I
maybe.
put Ron,
Yeah.
but N like Nancy, not M like Mary.
So it's not Ron. And it's not Merv.
Is it like Rom, like Romulus?
ROMILLY or something like that. Rom
Well, like they called him Rom, like Pam. Okay, you got it. Okay. Imagine knowing that we're all going to starve and die, and you're still just like, all right. I got it. Were you gonna do? You're gonna do very. So he didn't know that Michael Caine didn't. He finished the formula and he didn't have enough data.
Right.
But he wanted people to, spoiler alert again, Michael Caine, to still try, because if they knew there was no.
He came to the conclusion that Earth is doomed.
Yeah.
And we just need to continue the species. But in order to get people to go, we have to create this farce of everyone like, oh, we'll find somewhere to go and bring everyone back, knowing that there's no way, at least that he could see, that we could bring anyone back.
So he couldn't finish the equation because he didn't have all the data.
Correct.
Which is why they had the centaurs through the black hole, and later in the movie.
Yes.
Yeah. But Anne Hathaway was not privy to the situation. Nobody was really, except for Matt Damon.
That's all right. We don't have to go. I was going to say, like, we have to go through like the steps of how they get there, but it's fine.
But so what did you think you would do? So let's say you were told that, hey, look, your family's going to be fucking dead. Everybody knows going to be fucking dead. We need help. We need you to fly this. You didn't even know I existed. And, well, because which was very weird to me too, that he's like, you didn't even know I was alive up until an hour ago. You think they would kind of keep track of that kind of shit, right?
A lot of the stuff gets kind of pushed quickly.
Swept under the rug a little too?
Are swept over the rug real fast.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you weren't here, but now you're here, so let's fucking do it.
Yeah. How'd you get here? I don't want to tell you. Well, you're here, so you need to pilot this.
Yeah, but it makes sense too, because if we're living in a world where science has been put on the back burner, like the only people they have is kind of like nerds. Let's do this.
Actually, Loki would not have done that. It would have been Thor in Ragnarok.
Guys, you should be trying to dock this.
Yeah,
like a big to the endurance. It's like, okay, 1 second.
Hold on. It's like I'm playing fucking Joust again.
Yeah. But then fucking McConaughey, Coop comes in like fucking Maverick.
Yeah.
Throws his fucking, puts
Hey,
a
you
cigarette
fucking
out.
nerds, and flicks it in his face.
And then he's an actual pilot, so they're like, okay, well, let's take.
Because he's had the training, which they completely like just go over at the beginning, right?
That's
like
kind of. I think that's one of the maybe one of the issues that people have with the movie, where it's like he's cramming so much into this movie, so like everything just gets like laid out as plainly as possible and like fucking as fast as humanly possible. So
I think they could have taken out that beginning scene of having the nightmare sort of and just littered around the house that you see in the background like awards or medals and stuff. So
like Castaway?
Yeah, so you see like, okay, he was a pilot and all this stuff. And compared to having that where it led to nothing. Like it was like, hey, we got to take it down. And he's like, no, I can do it. I'm losing the stick. And then...
I mean, it doesn't lead to nothing because he has to do the same thing later on to land on Miller's planet fast.
Right.
Where he's telling Case...
yeah, like I got it. Like, yeah, I'll tell you
Don't
when.
touch my shit, because last time a robot touched my shit, I crashed.
Yeah.
Which is weird because he doesn't have like a limp or anything.
No.
Or a scar.
But again, you don't have to even do that if you just like, if he's just like, hey, don't touch my stick. And they're like, hey, all right, dude. But yes, you're absolutely right. But I just don't think that was
because everything gets answered, but it's just real matter of fact. Like, I don't want to say paint by numbers, but like, okay, this is this, so this pays off this. This is this, so this pays off this. This is this. So
you know what when something that there's a show that I've watched that had like season 1, episode 1 that had payoff, season 3, like episode 5, Arrested Development.
Oh, really?
Like there's so many jokes that they had, or they'll plant something so early, even in the newer stuff where they did Netflix, whatever, that something would pay off from before. And it's like, holy fuck. Like when you kind of put that together, that it's just even the slow little, there's a part where Buster's at a bus bench and there's an ad there, but when he sits there, you don't really pay attention to it. But the words that are cut off, it says no arm, and then because his hand gets bitten off. And so they're like kind of
really?
They kind of plant little things right there.
Or it just seems like so much work.
Truly it is. And I couldn't do that. Like every now and then, I think when I watch a detective movie, I'm like I could do this. Absolutely not.
But then that's also one of those things where you might like write yourself into a corner at some point,
Oh, of course.
like Lost or something like that, where they're just fucking.
Hey, what's that smoke? It's a monster. I don't. It, no,
You
it
know
was a
what I'm
guy.
saying?
He fell into a well and he became the smoke. Huh?
Cause when I said that I love down the well, all the way down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I put Murphy as selfish.
Okay.
She doesn't want her dad to leave, which I get it. You don't want your dad to
Yeah.
leave. He's like your best friend.
Right.
But he's like, Merv, I'm going to try to save the world. Okay, I just stop.
Just, what are you doing?
Because I'm trying to save
This
the
is
world,
terrible for
Murph.
everybody.
And she's like, eh. He's like, all right, well, don't make me leave like this. He's like, all right, I'm out of here. And
So how does that stuff land with you, like emotionally? Because that's always the issue everyone has with the Nolan movies. Is like, oh, it's not emotional enough, or it's like surface emotion. There's nothing that like really grounds the movie. That's the criticism that I hear.
I was fine with this.
Okay.
Like, she's upset with him, right? Which is, to me, she's upset with him for 20 years to finally make a video for him when you got Casey doing a few here and there that are like, hey, Dad, did pretty good. Hey, Dad, I met
But that's
this
like,
girl.
I mean, it's a fucking word everyone always says all the time. But that's like how trauma works, right? Like it's bone deep, so it just continues to
Marrow deep.
affect. Yeah.
That's deeper.
Ooh.
That's in the middle of it.
Cellular deep. Huh, beat that motherfucker.
Atom deep.
Whoa! Quark deep.
Quantum deep.
Oh!
I fucking love those too. And they did that fucking State Farm commercial. None if you bundle it. Fucking,
Oh, we're watching football, yeah.
It was 3 words, right? He's like, but that's 4 words. Not if you bundle it. Like, it's
I
so
can hear your
stupid.
microphone shaking
Yeah.
too. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm having a seizure.
That was a good commercial.
Yeah. Well, it's truly.
It makes me angry even more because Mahomes is in it,
Yeah.
and like, yeah, you know how I
get
feel
it.
about
I get it.
winners.
Yeah.
But it was like that's a good commercial.
You know how I feel about people that are champions. Although Stafford had that good commercial with AT&T,
Yeah.
where he's like, you can have the greatest time of your life for 8 years, do this and accomplish all this, and go to somewhere new and just be successful. And she's like, yeah. But obviously it's his career that he's talking about. Ah, that's good. Anyway, you didn't answer the question because I completely went off. So, how would you think you would manage that if you were told like, hey, we're all gonna fucking die?
Well, that's the thing, because if you're told that, that means that you're given a gift, right?
It keeps on giving
because of your skills. That kills.
job security.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a Z.
But man, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Like just to give.
And you got to leave. It seemed like in an hour.
Yeah. You
It's
got
like-
your shit, bro, right? All right,
Yeah.
let's go.
Well, it seems like it took him, I don't know, let's just say a day to drive where he was, like to get to that
Yeah.
base. And then he got back there pretty fucking quick because they got home. Like that would give Murph and him plenty of time to talk. But she just runs right in there and he's like, Murph, what am I going to do? Jesus Christ. But I sound like fucking Nate Bargatze or for Christ's sake or something. Did you watch his SNL?
I saw the monologue and a couple of the skits, yeah.
I saw some clips. Yeah, it's
sketches.
not bad. Yeah,
Okay.
it's not bad. Which I'm glad they chose a guy that probably many people have never heard of. You and I.
That
have,
monologue was fucking super funny.
pretty good.
It's pretty good.
He's just so dry.
Yeah.
Like he's lost weight too.
Yeah.
He looks good.
Oh my god, have you seen like just like his thumbnails from like his first specials? Like he's pretty round. Dude.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So I don't know what I would do either. If they're like, hey Brandon, we need you to fucking dip and take these few nerds up there with you, and I will say McConaughey crushes it as a pilot. Like everything he knows, he's going against the G's like later, and Anne Hathaway's like, night night. Like he's just pushing it, and when they're trying to lock with the spinning station, everything about McConaughey does.
Because it's almost selfless as well, because your skills are needed to perform this task.
Yeah.
And you're sacrificing
Your family.
You're making the sacrifice. I mean, they didn't have a chance anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So are you actually making a sacrifice, or the only sacrifice you're making is not being there with them at the end?
Yeah.
So
What do you think? Because obviously if McConaughey
You know what I'm
didn't-
saying, though?
Yeah. But that's the thing too. So
like he's necessary for this mission to succeed.
This whole thing is an Ouroboros, if you really think about it, because McConaughey is the one that gave the code to himself. So, he had to. It came in a full circle. I only say an Ouroboros because it's.
I know, because you think you're fancy.
Well, that too, but only because Loki is an Ouroboros right now. And of course, I watched those like Screen Crush afterwards, and they shout out Ryan Airy, Screen Crush. I'm not going to tag you in this. I don't know what the fuck. But either way, I'll watch like a Marvel movie and stuff. like a normal person or a person out. But then after I watch it, I'll watch Screen Crush. Sometimes heavy spoilers. Not that often New Rockstars because that motherfucker's too much. I don't remember his name. Eric Voss. He's just too over the top. Anyway, so in Loki, just the whole thing's coming. It's just everything in this whole fucking season is just it's a loop. So
Are they writing themselves into a corner as well, though?
So from what I've read, because I know with Caine being Jonathan Majors, and now his trial is going to start soon. I think Marvel's kind of waiting to see the outcome a little bit. But from what I've read, like it goes hard at the end for Caine in a way that it sets him up that he has to be the baddie. Because I think Secret Wars is coming out, and then the Caine Dynasty. So, but the Marvels.
It's pretty funny.
Well, the Captain Marvel one's coming out in like a week, so I feel like there might be a slight stinger in that too, because Loki ends Thursday of next week. Shout out Loki. If you go to disney.com / no, it's to do the promo. You get a 5%. Yeah. 6 months free. So
stupid.
Back to this movie. I don't want to get deep in Marvel.
Please stop. Yes.
Yeah. So there's an Ouroboros. It's going for full circle. Black hole science.
Mm-hmm.
It's all hypothetical as of right now, correct? Because we haven't been in one. How can
we haven't been to one, but we have a picture of one.
We have picture, yes, but we haven't. There's no actual data or science that we have personally. So everything that we still do with black hole movies, it's just all hypothetical for the most part, right?
What do you mean?
Well, like we've never been in a black hole to know where we end up.
Yeah, well, because that you can't.
Correct.
Right.
So, like, with what we granted, we finally, like, not finally, but we have pictures of a black hole.
So what you mean to say is like theoretical.
Okay, well, okay. I put hypothetical, but couldn't that still be the same?
But like measurements and stuff that they've made on certain things, like Einstein's theory of relativity, they have measured and it has become true.
That's fine, but I just mean in the sense that
they've measured, like gravitational waves and stuff like that.
Okay.
We have photos of black holes, and it matches the
black hole suns.
Right.
Won't they come? Yeah. And wash away the rain.
In my eyes, in this not.
In my eyes. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is, I think you get what I'm saying. Is it's just that we know they exist. Yeah, we can surface level have an idea of how, but like
we're aware of the effect they have on
what surrounds
the universe
them.
And the space around them. Yes,
but the one that we have the photos of, that's like out of our galaxy, or is that?
I believe that's the supermassive black hole at the center of our galaxy, or or something like that. Mm-hmm. It's super duper far away.
There's no way we're getting
huge.
There. There's no.
No.
Like even if we develop light speed, like travel, it would still take us.
I mean, it's still like. I don't even want to throw a number out there, but I think it's like 200 million light years away or something like that.
So like it, just like that.
Yeah. Boom.
Well, again, thinking of even light speed, like, you flip on a switch and how quickly that is, and we don't have anything that's that. Well, maybe like rail guns are like things that we have like that's certain type. But travel wise, there's no way that we're going to be at that point in our lifetime, as far as I would think.
Well, so the problem with light speed is that
it's very fast.
With mass, the closer you approach light speed, you need infinite amount of like power to reach light speed, which isn't possible unless you're a photon and you don't have mass, and that's why it's able to travel.
That's what I was going to say. If it was a photon, then absolutely. I wasn't going to say that. But
you know what I'm saying though? Like, in order to push something with mass at that speed, you need so much energy to get it to go that speed that you can't produce that amount of energy.
So not only does there have to be constant energy for you to travel that fast, you also need to have some way to stick together. Because there's no way, if we're in a ship and we're traveling light speed, that's not going to just shatter and break apart. Because you would think that to go that fast, switch, like to be, how far light can go. Like, come on, bro. Like, I don't want to, I don't want to go fucking like technical or anything, but like, there's no fucking way. What else I hear? So he flew the next day, and he remembered how to fly so easily. I mean, you got to think, 10 years prior at least, that the last time he flew, but he just jumped in that ship like, we doing this?
Let's go, guys. Come on.
Guys, I'm already locked, stocked, and ready to roll.
Well, I mean, like, once again, I think that movie...
I said locked, stocked, I meant cock, locked.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cock, locked, and ready to rock.
Yeah.
There's probably some training in there, but the movie just like goes boom, 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 boom for like emotional effect.
I get it.
Because really the important part is he has to go home, We have to figure out that he's a wandering guy. He's just fucking rambling guy. He just needs to ramble, but still has ties to his home through Murph.
Okay. When they were flying next to Saturn, did you fucking shit yourself?
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, with your, what is that called? That phobia, the mega adobia phobia.
Oh, the megaphobia.
Yeah. Because like they're like, you know, beep, like tiny, and then you have Saturn, which is not the biggest planet, but still, you know, in comparison what that ship is, it's humongous. So
I don't. It doesn't really affect me that way. It's when I see it in relation to Earth where it freaks me the fuck out.
Okay, that's fair.
So like if I saw Saturn coming over the horizon, like those videos, then I'd poop my pants.
Yeah. So there's a time that Mike and I were watching these videos that he showed me on YouTube, and he's like, "Look at this shit." And so it was like, let's just say we're on Earth and we look up into the sky, and it was like Jupiter. You know, we were revolving around Jupiter, or was it Jupiter revolving around us? Whatever it was.
So the gist of it is, it's a fun fact. I must have said this on a podcast before, but I'll repeat it. It's fine.
How many podcasts have you been on? Are you that popular?
On this show.
Oh, okay.
But the thing is, all the planets in the solar system can fit in the space between Earth and the moon.
Okay.
With like just a
Hold on.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
With a couple thousand miles of space.
What? Between
Maybe
Earth,
I haven't told you.
Between our Earth, of course, and our moon.
So there's like I don't forget what it is. 260,000 miles between Earth and the moon, right? 280,000 miles, something like that.
Okay.
In that space, you can fit Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and Uranus, Neptune.
There you go. I was gonna say, the one, but Uranus isn't a planet anymore.
No, Pluto isn't.
Oh, you're right. You're right. It's a satellite, which is
so
bullshit.
all those planets can fit, you know, with their whole diameters. You know, they still fit in that space.
How is the moon so far away? But it seems so big sometimes. But imagine Jupiter, like the size of Jupiter.
Right.
And
so the thing of the videos is this is what they would look like. You know, revolving around.
They had if our gravity is keeping them close,
right? Which couldn't happen, of course, because they're all bigger than Earth, and we would revolve around them. That's not the other way around. But so the videos are of Jupiter, you know, coming up out of the horizon, then going, you know, on the other side, and all the planets spinning. So it looks super fucking freaky.
Because I know that if we were so close to Jupiter or Mars, like we'd have no oceans. Like they just and just. There'd have been
so that's
tsunamis.
like the big thing with like Miller's planet, right? With the waves,
Yeah.
because it's so close to Gargantua that the tidal forces are just ginormous.
How high would you say those waves were? 300, 500 feet?
No, they're like 1,000, 2,000 feet. Yeah.
So, and what sucks too is they're like,
time.
and Hathaway's like, she likely landed like right before we did.
Yeah.
And thinking about that, I was like, Brandon, you're not some kind of astrophysicist or some quantum mechanic, but
quantum auto mechanic or
anything. Fucking math magician or anything like that. But I thought to myself, okay, that Miller, she left how many years prior?
I think it's like 10. Is it 10 years or something like that? 9 years,
11, 12, whatever it was, because man had been gone for what? But
I saw a little timetable and it said Murph is born, and that's when they first leave.
Okay.
The Lazarus mission.
They all left at the same time?
I believe so.
Okay. So Miller goes into the black hole sun when she come, and she gets out and then gets to the planet. We'll just call it Miller's Landing.
No, she goes through the wormhole.
Sorry, I said black hole. I'm sorry. Okay, she goes through the wormhole, lands on the planet. Us, so many years later. Oh, I guess that kind of makes sense now, because right when you get on there, so much time passes up there.
Right.
Okay, but then it would only been an hour roughly, because right, that was roughly an hour in between each wave, and then right, because like the
so that's where it kind of gets a little janky. But remember, it's like an hour is 7 years.
Okay.
So if she's been there like an hour or whatever, or a couple hours,
2 hours,
you know,
she's already dead, right?
Yeah.
Like we get there, she's
7
already
years
dead.
has passed on Earth. That's why it's been 7 years since those missions left. I thought 10 years around, or 7 to 10 years, whatever it is.
But then so then when Hathaway and McConaughey get marooned, well not marooned, but the engines are flooded, and you get a poor man's Joaquin dead, which we've talked about in the last podcast. He could have easily, like, hey, Tars, go fucking get Anne.
He should have been in the ship already.
Yeah, selfish fucking Anne. Like, because he's like, hey, everybody, get back to the fucking ship right now. And they're like, hold on, wait, what? And then she's like, I gotta get the data. She still doesn't even get the fucking data, mind you. And then the other guy, still walks towards her a little bit when McConaughey's like, there's another fucking wave coming. And he's like, I'm gonna just go towards Anne a little bit. But that whole thing was Anne's fault.
Yes.
I know she's like, I'm sorry. Or I don't remember her saying she's sorry. But like, McConaughey's like, I fucking told you, get back to the ship. Who's in charge of this whole operation now that I ever think about it?
He is. Mission commander, something like that.
Okay. And she...
I mean, he's the pilot. I don't know.
You would think, because neither of those motherfuckers, I'm sure they can fly with Tars.
It might have been...
The other guy?
The other guy.
That got drowned?
Fuck is his name? Doyle.
Doyle. Doyle.
Nah, you don't want a Captain Doyle.
No, you don't. Let me see. So here, I might know it says, do impression of Rom. So to me, he was like, you get the wormhole, and when you put the line up here, everybody thinks that a wormhole is... I think that's
not
bad.
too bad.
Yeah.
Not too shabby.
His voice was just very monotone. Very intellectual, of course. But like, when McConaughey be like, Rom, what's it going? Well, theoretically, if she were to get alone on the planet, roughly 7 years, and
that's relativity, everybody. Yeah.
We don't have all the data, and if we have the data, why didn't you leave? Well, I felt that that wouldn't be quite a good idea, but
Sleep. Why did you sleep?
yeah, and he's like, I did a little bit of it.
Did a couple spells, but it felt
man,
dreaming my life away.
Yeah, because ultimately, it's not like he's not aging, right? Would it be at a slower pace? Is that what that was? The sleeps, or it just made the time go by quicker for them because he just goes to sleep, wakes up, and it's been like 5 years, right? Yeah. That's what it is.
He would age though.
You're right. Which also, those fucking sleeping pods, I would not be down for that.
No,
you're not only in a fucking condom sealed, but you're in the cum the whole time. you're in the liquid. So. Like Homer and the fucking...
It's essentially fucking Matrix pods, but clear, dark water or whatever instead of...
Not gelatin and Vaseline.
Pink goo. Whatever.
And the long fucking dick tube down your throat. Yeah. Which that part bums me the fuck out. The first time I saw Matrix, like, oh my God. Like, I know that wasn't in Keanu's...
There's 2 tubes?
I think
there's one. Neck tube and throat tube?
Yeah, you're getting fucked in the spine.
DP'd? Fucking Jesus Christ.
In the same spot, mind you. You're getting fucked in your throat by each side.
Oh, and all the Matrix... aliens have tentacles too.
Like, and really quick, I just realized that you're not. It's the stem of your brain is where the needle's going into, not into your throat, like into your neck. It would go up.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So we're still getting DP'd. Yeah, for sure. I'm sure there's a tube up his ass because he has to shit. And then the needle's like just poking his brain. Yeah. He's kicking in his body. He's poking his fucking brain. Oh shit!
Anyway, your tongue in the middle going ding, 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 back and forth,
rattling around in there. But those, I would not be down for those fucking sleepy pods because when Damon wakes up, he's like and spits out the.
Well, it's essentially like the Abyss too, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like you're just breathing liquid.
Yeah.
Some type of liquid.
Which I saw the behind the scenes for that movie. Oh my God!
Like, that looked like a
like
fucking
Ed Harris almost
time.
died.
Yeah.
The lead woman, I don't remember her
Mary
name.
Elizabeth Mastriani.
She doesn't want to talk about it. She's like, I can't talk about that movie. Like Cameron,
I fucking love that movie so much. Though.
It's good. It's good. Let's see.
Crazy
here.
Michael Biehn. Hell yeah!
You can't not have a crazy Michael Biehn. Yeah. What other notes do you have? I've done a lot of.
Let's see. I wrote science, bro. What's up?
What's the deal? What's the deal with science?
I was like, time dilation, gravitational lensing.
Do you think all this math was accurate?
So that's kind of why I wrote that. So Kip Thorne, a theoretical physicist who won the Nobel Prize, I believe in 2017, a few years after this movie came out, he did all the sciencey stuff.
What a fucking nerd.
And he's like, oh, I'll help you with the science stuff, but you got to promise to keep it, whatever's in the movie has to be theoretically feasible or something like that, be in line with the theories.
Okay.
So he had to talk down Christopher Nolan about a section where he wanted to travel faster than the speed of light, and they're like, nah, you can't do that in the movie. So that's what I think.
So if you want my input, you got to make it to the tits, to as far as we know, as far as theoretically.
So that's the thing where he took all his calculations and he sent it to the visual effects crew. Like, okay, this is what a black hole does, right? So they took all those calculations, put it in their engine, and then they rendered all those images, and that's the image of the black hole that they got on the movie. So when like the actual pictures of the actual black hole are like, oh, it came out pretty good.
Yeah.
So you see like the accretion disk like fucking bending fucking this way.
I feel like Nolan used from a little bit of what he learned in this and how he did Oppenheimer with the bomb going off and stuff too. Like, because there is definitely some scenes where they first went in the black hole where it's like there's the little sparks flying out and shit. Oppenheimer's pretty good. I'm just saying. Anyway, what other notes you got?
That's pretty much it. No, let's see. We got a whole bunch. Let's see. This movie made me want to watch Contact.
I recently watched
fucking love Contact.
It's pretty good.
So I might watch that when I get home.
Just because you can't not look at McConaughey?
He has to be the last thing I see when I go to bed and the first thing I see when I wake up.
Is that why there's that poster on your ceiling?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's him in the thong. Yeah.
Well, if you notice, I do have an Interstellar poster above my bed, but it's just some weird old science fiction movie called like Operation Interstellar.
Okay.
But it's just a spaceship.
So you accidentally bought that thinking you were buying the Interstellar?
No, I knew it wasn't that, but it just looks cool. So that's why it's literally above my bed when I go to sleep.
Okay. And you lay reversed on the other way so you can look at it as you go to bed. Like
hell yeah. Yeah. Iceland is weird. Because that's where they filmed the...
with Damon?
Yeah. No. Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Yes?
Yes. I don't know.
Would they film what?
The shallow water part with like, it has like black sand. That's why that water is so dark, but it's only like knee high on Miller's planet.
Oh, okay. Then that wasn't Damon's planet. Yeah, okay. That's what
But that part it might have been as well, but I think they filmed part of it in Canada, so that might be over.
Oh, yeah.
That part in there.
Okay, partner.
Makes sense because it's super duper cold. Nolan likes Hans Zimmer music.
Yeah.
So we can talk about that.
Okay.
This music's pretty good. He called it his favorite of his collaborations so far, which makes sense.
How many has he collaborated on all of them with Hans or Hans?
I mean, damn near almost. You know, funny enough, I don't think he did Oppenheimer, the last movie.
Okay.
But like the Dark Knights, Inception, Interstellar, probably Tenet. I don't remember.
Do you like this soundtrack better than Inception's?
I think so.
That's Interstellar. I'm sorry. That was Inception. Like those loud, heavy bass.
With because this and Dunkirk have a lot of time references, obviously. So there's a lot of clickety clacks and
like fast repetition.
Yeah.
Another note I have. So it goes back to Miller's Planet. It says, I know visiting Miller's Planet was a must, but to lose 7 years, right? That's tough. So Rom was like, all right, we got to fucking do it, right? We got to see if she's alive. Like if she's alive, then whatever. But they were maybe gone what seemed like 2 hours max. But then 21 years or whatever passed.
Obviously, it had to have been like 3 hours, three and change.
Right. But then that's why I think Anne Hathaway's like, I'm sorry. Like, because then she realized certain things were maybe she fucked up with her calculations or something like that. But damn, dude, that's a long time to just stay not hovering, but just like over a planet, like hoping that your co-pilot, your pilot and your friends are like still alive because he doesn't have any communication. And... yeah, but then also, again, to think that Miller might have just died like 2 hours prior. 3 hours prior, max.
Really, what he should have done is... man, I wonder how that would work. But if he would have got closer to the planet as well, like they were trying to stay out of the time shift, right? But really, if he would have gone closer, he would have been part of the time shift. So the... he would have been on their scale or whatever.
They all should really went together. So that way it's like, hey, we're doing this together. Like we'll leave Case up here and he can just manage ship and we'll be good because he has a fucking life expectancy of thousands of years potentially, right? Or however long the battery can last. So, but he was like, oh, I could do calculations. It's gonna be 7 years. All right, I can go night a couple times. But you're right. Like I think I just all four of us go.
But like he wouldn't have known that's the problem.
But they kind of had an idea that it would be at least, almost a decade. They had the math of almost a decade. So I think I'd like.
But then after how many years would you be like, what if there's an issue? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would say after. That's tough because then if again, 7 years roughly, hypothetically. Let's just say it turned from 7, it turned to 10, right? That 10 years is an hour. Yeah, I don't know what I would have done. If I was on that ship, I'm like, once it got to 10.
It's just fucking moon at that point, right?
Yeah. So once you get that 10-year mark, I think I give them to 11. If I didn't hear back from them at 11, I'm fucking going to Man Planet, or I'm going to wherever. But he's dedicated, I guess. But truly, I think the better idea would have been gone, and just stayed on the ship the whole time, like McConaughey. Like, hey, I'm gonna pilot us down. You keep working on your calculations, you fucking nerd, and then we'll do that. They'll go do that shit. I do like that Tars braced himself and held down Anne Hathaway.
Yeah,
that was fucking tight. Again, I've seen this movie. I just didn't remember that part. Let's see.
I think Case is down there.
Okay, that's fine.
Tars is on the boat.
And if her ship wasn't okay, so when they're getting there, and they're like, "Hey, the beacon should have been right there. Where the fuck's her ship?" All right, I would have left. Like, I don't see no ship. Like, I just, again, this is looking at retrospectively, of course, but like, if I was McConaughey, I'd be like, guys, I don't see shit. We're fucking dipping. And you might have thought they might have saw those waves too coming in, right? Because like, if they're thousands of feet high, like, you're gonna pass one coming in like that, coming in hot like that. You likely would have saw one of those those waves.
Yeah.
You would think. I mean, I'm not trying to nitpick everything, of course, but like,
I mean, you're Brandon. That's what you do.
that's what I get paid to do. I mean, I'm not getting paid well.
I mean, but they did go down in a hurry spinning, so maybe they didn't get a good look at them.
Okay, that's fair.
And again, maybe they're like, oh, those. Maybe they didn't. They looked big, but they couldn't tell exactly how big they were. 'Cause remember, they thought like, oh, those are mountains. Like,
oh yeah, that's fair. Yeah. I wrote Brand, you stupid asshole. And then that.
So that's one of my big notes is where did I put that here?
Anne Hathaway.
Brand does not like Cooper like at all.
Not to begin, at least not to start. They sort of start to bond a little bit and stuff, but like, I think where it comes into effect when she's like, "You're in love with that guy, right?" And she's like, "Maybe," and puts her on blast. And I mean, I'm glad they didn't go to the other guy's planet because he's dead anyway.
Yeah.
But then, then the Rom wouldn't be dead if they went to Man potentially. But either way, yeah, they don't get along too well.
So that's one of the issues that I can see maybe about the movie. Mm-hmm. So the end of the movie is kind of happens kind of quick too, right? Mm-hmm. Like when he finally meets his mom's
daughter. Yeah.
His daughter.
She's like, go to her.
Yeah, go to her.
And
one, how does she even know about her? She must have just had like a debrief at the end.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we found your dad, and this is what he said happened.
Yeah.
But then two, I think the movie's trying to establish a bond between the two of them.
Well, here's
Coop and Brand.
Here's a question that I have to that then. What you're saying?
Hit me.
So is he going to get her to bring her back, or is he going to stay with her?
Well, that's why I don't understand. Like, why isn't there already a mission plan to go to her anyways? Because if he said, if he said what the dealio was or what he went through,
because he's already outside of Saturn, and that wormhole's right there. Should be at least. It just dip right in there. You're gone for fucking 3 days, or let's just say a month.
The fact that his daughter knows means that he had done a debrief with everybody. Mm-hmm. That's why she has that information. Mm-hmm. So like, there should already be a plan to go and
get Brand,
find her.
Yeah, be like, hey, look, we already.
Well, I mean, like the whole point is they're on those space stations. Yeah. But they want a planet. So if she's on a planet that's habitable, like that's where humanity is going to end up.
Yeah. But maybe McConaughey should go first, and so he gets because they don't have any data as far as they know. Because like once you're in that wormhole, they're not sending anything back. Because where the communications won't work. They can receive.
Maybe that's the thing, like a bureaucratic thing, where like, well, this freak of nature somehow traveled back through it. Yeah. But how do we know any of that information would work?
So that's valid. So yeah, that's my question. Like, do you think he's gonna go there to try to grab her? Like, hey, bitch, we gotta get the fuck out of here. Or, hey, bitch, I'm here to populate this planet. But because again, you got Murph that's like, just go to her. So that's very kind of open ended to me. But
which is fine.
Yeah. And I do like that it ended sort of just like that. Like she's chilling, fucking probably depressed as shit. That she's gonna have to raise all these stupid kids and stuff like that on her own. I got so many fucking notes. If he flew the next, oh no, I went too far. When Bran rolled her eyes at him when he was like, trying to act, like, you should have fucking came back to the ship, and talking about the math, I was like, man, that's very condescending. I know he's not. He's smart and isn't, but he's not maybe not a mathematician.
Well, he's an engineer. Right. He's not a theoretical physicist.
Sure. I was like, you fucking bitch. And then he was like, don't roll your eyes at me. I don't know what that accent was. I don't know what happened. Let's see. Watching those videos of my kids growing up, like, that would destroy me.
Yeah.
Like, thinking you're going down. Okay, 7 years. All right, I'll manage. They'll be like teenagers when I get out, or Murphy will be a teenager. But adults having their own kids. I'm like, oh my god. And, I know he's crying and stuff. Oh my god. I put fucking Topher. Not in a bad way, but just fucking Topher. When Michael Caine was on his deathbed, I didn't hear what he said. Like, I know I got the gist, and she's like, who else knew? But like, he was like, and I didn't know what he said. So Nolan, you had a moment to raise that volume. You fucking didn't. Do you know what he said?
I think he says I lied. Or
Right.
Yeah.
But like, I know he was saying a little more.
There was no chance or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get the gist of it. Yeah.
Matt plays a good demented character. He's just a good actor in general, Matt Damon.
Uh-huh.
He got blown up.
He got blown up real good.
Yeah, it was about Rom. Which again, his last moments he realized, hey, man's full of shit.
Wait, what?
Gets blown, and then Tars is just
Goober!
yeah. Then Tars just like rolls out like I couldn't save him, and I was hoping
I could not save him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know you tried your best. And then let's see, Topher. So he's helping the family leave, right? And the mom, when they're trying to get the Casey Affleck's family out, he's like, get in the truck, just yells at this woman. You don't even know what she's saying. She's like handing the bag. He's like, no, just get in the truck. And like this lady has the cough lung, and she's probably wheezing running there. Like there's not only she's coughing out dust, and dust is blowing in back in. It's circle of life.
Circle of dust.
Yeah. And then I said, oh yeah, he got blown up ×2, and that's in reference to Matt Damon.
Yeah.
He didn't get really blown up. Well, I guess he did, because it just kind of like the pressure.
Ejected out of airlock, yeah.
Yeah, the pressure. So he could have technically survived that. Let's just say he survived. Like getting blown out to space, he's gonna die. Like
because he has his suit on and his helmet on.
Mm-hmm. So he's likely has oxygen.
Does he have his helmet on?
He did, yeah.
Okay.
And so likely he'd last for a little while.
He might get knocked out from the initial thing, but it would have been funny if, like, as they're flying towards you, he's like, his like body hits the slides across the glass,
or his face
like
hits his
Armageddon.
helmet and it just pops.
How's it taste now, motherfucker?
Was that Buscemi? Who hit the front in Armageddon?
I think it was one of the NASA pilots.
Okay.
Like Handsome McHandsome.
Oh, good. Trained pilot knows to go against the G's. Yeah, right. Damon, when McConaughey was pushing against it. How much of this movie is accurate?
He doesn't do that breath thing though, like.
Yeah. Well, because to see their faces getting pushed down and shit like that, I guess Nolan couldn't do it. Mm-hmm. So do better next time, Nolan.
Yeah, come on.
But
put him in that fucking gyro thing.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
Have you seen the video of the woman in it was a Red Bull pilot or something like that? He's all right, we're gonna do this, and she's okay. Just her face gets just mushed.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Great sway.
Let's see. Creeping on his daughter through the bookshelves, as I wrote, because what if he saw her fucking daughter in a towel? It's weird. How much this movie is accurate, which you've already kind of you touched on that. How
he wrote a book called like The Science of Interstellar.
Oh, okay.
Where he goes through all this stuff too.
That's nifty.
I have not read it though.
I
have not read it.
I could not save him. How could she know? So how did Bryce? No, not Bryce. Oh wow. How did Chastain figure out that it was the dad?
So remember they use Morse and binary to figure out the coordinates.
Yeah. To get to the place
to NASA.
Right.
So she realizes that through love or whatever.
With the power of that's literally my next fucking note says.
Power of
with
heart.
the power of love, they figured it out. Yeah, because even McConaughey and Topher, and they're like, hey, we figured it out.
She realized like this is the last thing my father gave me, leaving me his watch.
Yeah,
and there was always a presence that I felt in my room, and the presence was smart enough to send us all these things to get us to where the information that we needed.
Yeah,
and now I can see it dotting out binary codes.
Well, she looked at it initially, right? She took it out of the box. She looked at it for a second and just saw that it was like.
Just assumed it was broken.
But
then it dawned on her. It's like, oh wait, there's stuff in here.
Yeah, because it's moving in a different way too. Let's see here.
It's not bouncing like malfunction. It's bouncing in.
Yeah, it's a little higher, lower, higher. Like what is it? Like what is it? It's a. I know how Morse code works because it's a flat dot.
Oh, Morse code. He sends it, right?
Morse code. Yeah. But the initial one, it was binary, is what he did, what he figured out. Which again, imagine being so smart to figure out your own fucking code. Well, binary is not his code; it's just ones and zeros. But still, when McConaughey did he climax? Because when all the little bookshelves were collapsing in themselves in the fifth dimension, he's like he fucking and he asks about Murphy, but not his son. Like he's like, hey, where's she? And fucking doesn't give a shit about his dust lung son. And then lastly, oh, I already put it. Is he going to stay with her or bring her back?
Probably stay.
I would think
to help with
but all those fucking kids, all those wieners, and then you think they're gonna.
Well, someone has to be there to man the new base or whatever.
I think what they got to do is he's got to go there. This is my hypothesis of how they make Interstellar 2 Boogaloo. He lands. He's like, hey, we got to get the fuck out of here.
Gravitational boogaloo.
Yeah. But he's like, let's smush real quick because I'm sure you.
So that's the thing with the movie. Like, I think the movie's trying to establish a relationship like that.
But she's in love with the other guy.
Yeah, but he's dead.
Yeah.
He's dead for fucking 60 years or whatever.
Okay, fine.
But
yes.
that I don't feel really like that bond between them, a romantic bond.
But she still cared, right? When he was going to disengage from that, she's like, "No, we're supposed to do this," and he's like, "Sorry, fucking, you can't have this weight."
But then she's going through her life too, thinking she's not going to see another person for 9 more months or something like that. I wonder if he gets there. If it had been 9 months since he landed, it's been at least a couple weeks. So no, they're probably still embryos.
Well, yeah, because
he's still fetuses.
He disengages, goes through the black hole, and she's now on her way to that planet. I think the doctor said it's been a couple of weeks when they found him, and you're lucky because you're on your last hour of life support or whatever.
And then a couple more weeks till his family gets there.
Right. And since she's not on Miller's planet, you got to think she's maybe a month adjacent from when she last saw him, maybe a little longer, like let's just say a month and a half. And he's going back to her. Imagine her happiness, though, right? To see him like, oh, fucking A, like a pilot.
That's just being asleep.
Yeah.
And he comes down super fast for some reason. This is how I land, baby.
He's spinning down like a totem, like a top. That'd be good. And he's going with Tars. Who do you like better, Tars or Case?
Tars, come on.
I do like that Case is like Tars speaks enough for the both of us. That's pretty gnarly to have that enough engineering skill to give a computer honesty levels, humor levels, and all the.
Well, I mean, I read somewhere that it's supposed to be
in a book.
That oh my god, Lithgow is kind of a millennial time wise, so he's like us.
Okay.
So he's like what, 60 at the start of this movie?
Sure. He's doing math.
25 years older than us, or older from now, or something like that.
Okay. Did they never establish a year in this?
They don't really.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. So 30, 40, 50. So it's 2050-ish, I guess, when this is all going down.
When he was driving, really quick, when he was driving through the town, I know it was dusty, but it kind of gave me Last of Us vibes, like just a small little town, or even what's the one with John, with the creatures that hear noise, don't speak. No, not don't speak. He has the
with
deaf child.
And,
and Emily Blunt.
Silence? Quiet Place.
The Quiet Place. Yeah. And Killian was in the second one. I never saw the second one.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I need to watch that.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I know they only made it because like with John, he's like, I'll be in it just so that way they can get that funding. But either way. Anyway, so you like this movie?
Yes. Well, are we done?
Yeah, I have. I just rattled through my notes because it's been an hour 10.
I thought you said you had a bunch of stuff.
I did, motherfucker. I have like 30 lines here.
It's funny. Like I've seen this movie, I don't know how many times, but two. I just had it on the while I was doing my notes, just the one last time.
Naked,
of course.
Yeah. You're writing with your penis. You put your pen in the hole and just used your penis to write.
Exactly. But I only got to the part where they're on. Matt Damon and McConaughey are about to go on their walk where he's going to betray him.
Yeah, that was tough too because I knew it was coming.
But I was like, man, I kind of just want to go home and finish the movie when I go back home right now.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'll watch Contact. I haven't decided yet. But it's interesting because I've seen this movie a lot of times. Like how much you notice. I even noticed a lot of little baby things that I haven't. But just in general, just in all movies, I guess you realize that. But
like what?
So like the
Like
cute
what?
like the Q light jokes that Tars keeps making, where he's like, "Well, I have a little light that I can blink to tell you that I'm joking. So like when I blow you out the airlock, you have somewhere to point, to come back to." And then the little light blinks. That's one of the jokes.
Yeah.
And then later on, McConaughey says it again. He's like, "Were you telling a lie here? Because your light didn't go off." He's like, "No, I'm being serious." And the light blinks again. So it's funny. Like everyone always complains about, again, like Nolan, like not having emotion. And it's kind of ironic that the person with like the most and best jokes, there are good jokes, is a robot.
A robot, yeah.
It's fine like that.
I not only the airlock one was good, but when he's like, "Yeah, set your humor to 75," and he's like, "Self-destruct in 10," it just immediately goes into a fucking joke. And he's like, "Okay, let's bring it down to 60." He's like, "Knock knock." He's like, "All right, do you want us to be fucking 50?" Like, it's very bizarre to me that for certain directors that have written that have these sense of humor. It's like James Cameron, like some of the jokes that he had in Terminator, like
Fucking True Lies.
even yeah. So like, well, True Lies, I know he hired a bunch of people to help him write it, and he fired them all. He only kept in like the "you're fired" joke, but like all the other stuff, from what I understand, was his writing for those jokes. And I understand they're one-liners, they're kind of corny, but like they're pretty fucking good. And to have
Go ahead. Sorry.
well,
Okay.
just again those robot jokes, pretty fucking
Pretty
solid.
good.
Yeah.
One of the things that I did read too is McConaughey and Nolan had like the wrong impression of each other before they started working with each other, because Nolan thought McConaughey was like, well, he seems like just a laid back dude from fucking Kilgore or whatever. But when it comes to the movie, he was surprised like how serious and intense he was about the movie making, right? And then McConaughey on the other end he's just assumed he's a Kubrick or a David Fincher, like super perfectionist and wouldn't let, his way or the highway.
Yeah.
His way.
Quentin Tarantino.
Right now, I'm gonna let it all come down.
Yes, thank you.
But in actuality, he's like, oh no, he's a collaborator. Like he wants you to have your own ideas and work and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. Like he's not what we think he would be. He's like this like super nerdy. Like okay, let's do this. All about space. But he's he's got a sense of humor.
Yeah. Yeah, for many things I see of Nolan, he seems pretty cool, down to earth sort of guy. I always thought he was British.
He's a halvesies.
Okay, because he looks like he'd be fucking.
Yeah, look at him.
Yeah.
What's the who
Yeah, but he's like from New York or something like that, or.
Well, one of his parents is British, so he has like dual citizenship.
Okay.
So when you listen to him talk, he sounds pretty British, but sometimes he sounds kind of Americanish.
Yeah.
It depends on who he's around, I guess.
Right, but I don't think I've ever seen what his brother looks like. But I have. I've seen some behind the scenes of like Westworld stuff. So
Yeah, I don't know either. Yeah.
I have. So again, back to what other notes you have?
Yeah, so like there was stuff like that. The shot of them walking up to man's habitat where it's all the flags. It's just kind of like a kind of far shot.
Yeah.
I just thought it was pretty. And then Murph explaining her ghost to Topher in the car, for some reason that never registered for me, but now watch it back, where she's just doing a bunch of the flashbacks of her as a little kid.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like, how did I not notice that before? Just the sequence itself, I just totally just blanked. And I just seeing it this time, then it finally registers for me. So I just thought that was interesting.
The attention to detail with all the dust and stuff, it's pretty good. And how people
fake dust too.
Okay,
Like
it was all digital.
Well, no, I mean literal. It's like synthetic dust that they
Okay.
use, and they blew it with fucking fans.
So can you breathe that in? Is that like?
It still seems like a bad idea, but
Yeah.
they did it. Even the robots are actually, it's a fucking dude, and then they just digitally deleted him from the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
That's nifty.
And the guy doing the voice is the guy doing it.
Okay.
But then they just dubbed a different dude to do Case's voice instead.
Okay. There was you noticed that like they said they have no more engineers. They have no more because they don't need it, and you could tell because like even the vehicles are all worn and felt like nothing new looking. Like the Jeep that they were in near the end, like you can see the seats are all damaged and tore up, and it's like, 'cause who gives a shit? Like we need fucking corn. And
That's his fucking 25-year-old car, it seems like, or whatever.
I mean, Jeeps are pieces of shit anyway, but whatever. I don't like Jeeps. They're expensive. Like $80,000 for a fucking Cherokee. Like fuck you, dude.
Everything's fucking expensive.
Yeah.
That empathy rarely extends beyond our line of sight.
Okay.
Which is an interesting concept.
How do you
Kind
say?
of like thinking of what we were talking about earlier, like would we be willing to go and leave our families and stuff like that?
Well, I'll say this right now. Yes. If it's going to, if it's in big picture, like billions of people are going to survive, and it's like, hey, look, we need a fucking pilot. You're the literally last person that we got these fucking nerds are going to go up there.
Yeah.
Like, all right, I got to do it. I mean, yeah, you got to tell your significant other. And I was telling my family, like, look, I got to do this, guys. Like, you're going to die. But the next generation is going to die. But their next generation, they could survive. But again, to know that there's an expiration date on all this stuff, right? Like, look, we got maybe 20 more years of corn. And then you're eating fucking corn every day. You got dust. Anywhere you go in this world, apparently there's dust.
Which makes sense because I thought it was weird because he says, like, oh, I'm going to take the kids to the game and we're going to eat some candy and stuff like that. I was like, is there candy?
Yeah.
Well, but no, because if it's high fructose corn syrup, they can still make that. That's all they need.
That's valid, but you still need other things besides high fructose corn syrup. Like, I would imagine you need some kind of wheats and barleys and hays.
To make candy?
Sugars. Oh, well, I guess if you have high fructose.
That is sugar.
Yeah, well, it's not sugar, but that's, yeah.
Here to hear first, guys. Brandon doesn't think fructose is sugar, but all right.
Well, high fructose corn syrup is not sugar. Like, you might look.
It's literally what it is.
Yeah, is it? So, you like this movie. I like this movie. What's our next movie going to be?
I don't know, Brandon. We haven't talked about it. Let's pause and take a look.
I fucking hate you.
Got him.
What's the movie we're doing, Mike?
Fooger.
I got you good, Fooger.
Well, so I am a bit of a procrastinator.
Yep.
As some may.
No.
As a
no more well than
as
others.
a 38-year-old unmarried man, you can tell I'm
Sure.
procrastinating.
Yeah.
So I
just wait for the right one.
Yeah,
It's
just,
okay. Yeah,
just
fine.
right around the corner.
Yeah.
Someone who wants you too much. That's from
Maria. Sorry.
That's a super deep cut, and everyone knows what I just sang.
Sing
what
it
song
again.
I just
Sing it again. Sing it again.
Someone who knows you too. Wait, someone who wants you to. Oh, no, I forgot. Being alive. Yeah, it's all right. It's
Thanks.
all right.
Thanks. Moment passed.
If you know, you know.
If you don't know, now you know.
But so I have a Blu-ray sitting in my
How long have you had that Blu-ray?
my candy dish on my
Dusty
center. Yeah,
candy dish.
I clean it every once in a while.
Well, there's no candy in there because you eat it all.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
I do have a thing of Skittles sitting right there, but I'm planning on not eating.
Exposed Skittles or in a bag?
In a bag,
Okay.
sealed. I just bought it.
Just exposed Skittles.
With their dicks out? Yeah.
You dunk it in, you slap it in there, and then you grab it with the hole of your
Yeah.
dick. Whatever one you grab is, that's when you
Yeah.
gotta eat.
Breathe in with your dick.
Taste the rainbow, motherfucker.
You're fucking disgusting.
Yeah. So what movie we fucking watching?
Anyway, I've had this DVD in my candy dish for $90 for, I don't know, fucking 4 years.
Oh, no, not that long. Like 2 years maybe.
At least at that. It's called Upgrade with some dude. I forgot that guy's name.
Okay.
But apparently it's really violent and really good.
It is.
Brandon likes it. And we just realized that it is available to stream. So let's
On Max.
On Max.
Yes.
So let's
So-
fucking do that one. I can finally watch it.
The movie Upgrade was directed by...
Get my life together. Maybe this is the linchpin that I've been waiting for to just get my fucking life going.
There you go. I don't know if it's pronounced Lee. It's Leigh. Lee, and then the last name is one L. And
That's his name?
Yeah, Whannel.
Is he the scuzzy brother in the OC? Or is that? Am I thinking of a different guy?
That definitely looks like a different guy.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see. He helped with Insidious, Insidious 2, Insidious 3, Saw, the original Saw, actually.
Oh, is he the guy in Saw? The guy.
Actually, look, yeah, actually he is.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, he is.
Wow,
and then it was a Blumhouse movie, and it's starring Logan Marshall.
That's who I'm thinking of, Logan Marshall.
Yeah, Logan Marshall Green, Betty
Click
Gabriel.
on his thing. See what is he being on?
Being on. So he was in Upgrade. Weird.
What are the odds?
The Invitation, Intrusion, Lou. He was in Devil, which is I think an M. Night movie. Prometheus, Sandcastle. He's a good-looking dude. He's like a poor man's Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he British?
He
Place of birth.
is an American actor.
Ah, what a
Yeah, so
fucking
he lives.
loser.
It has Betty Gabriel
Wait,
from...
so he's not from the OC.
No. Betty Gabriel, was she the lady that was in... what's the HBO crime show? The Wire.
Tokyo.
Was she not in The Wire?
I don't know. I can't. It's too far. I can't make out any
Okay,
faces.
it looks like Lily from The Wire. Maybe not. Okay. Anyway, she was also in Get Out. Okay. She was the
maid.
Mom. Yeah.
The one that goes no.
Yeah, and she's like crying.
Yeah. Ooh, that movie's creepy.
That's fucked up.
Have we done that movie?
No, but I think it's on HBO. Harrison Gilbert's. I would have loved to have done.
No, we did Nope.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like, Nope, I would watch again, or even Us. I've actually not seen Us.
Me neither. Yeah. We should have did that for Halloween.
Well, it's too late. Melanie Viejo, Benedict Hardy, and Simon Maiden.
What are you talking about?
These are the other actors in it. I'm just saying.
Okay, well, when we're going to go over that? Yeah. When I fucking do it at the beginning of the next episode.
Anyway, everybody. Well, thank you for listening to this episode of Spectacular. If you have any recommendations for us, you can email us at spectacular@gmail.com. So, Mike, thanks for coming out. Mm-hmm. Why don't you go ahead and take us away?
Spec crab. See, I'm trying to do like the time theme, but it's not just working out well, so I don't even know what we're doing anymore. Spectaculars.